Welcome, boys and girls. I'm Zakuba Winters, and today we're here talking about Live Letter 90 for patch 7.4 for Final Fantasy XIV. So, this is the part 2 live letter. So, they're mainly not adding any like big meat and tomatoes with this. They're really just going over a lot of the things they talked about in the part 1 stuff. And mainly just going into a bit more in-depth stuff of things they have talked about. So, first off, we have the release date will be December 16th. So, we knew that. We have the Moogle Tombstone event going on, and that's always 4 weeks out. For those who didn't know, what we're going to get is... on the 16th, we're going to get the normal mode raid. We're going to get new tombstones and new craftable gear, so you can have those for going into the raid or, you know, gearing up for Savage. And then the Savage set will be January 6th because they didn't want to have all the Savage stuff right during Christmas, which is when it normally should have been. So normally it's like 2 weeks out. This time it's going to be 3 weeks out because nobody wants to do Christmas raids. No one wants to do world first when you gotta, you know, travel to go meet family and all that, and New Year's and all that stuff. This happened last year. They learned their lesson this time, so they went over in the live letter of things that we're going to get. It's going to be the new main scenario quest, the new main dungeon for the main scenario quest, Mistwake, the new trial Hell on Rails. This is the Doom Train, which does have some Final Fantasy VIII music to it. I don't remember. I didn't care for 8 that much, so I don't remember much from 8. I do remember having a cool train summon. We have the normal and Savage mode 8-man raid. We're getting the Unreal for Tsukiyomi, will be the new Unreal. They did not show any kind of like mounts and minions like they normally do, so or at least I didn't see it in like the digest stuff. I don't think they did. So there was most likely going to be a mount or something. Most likely going to be a mount for the Foxglue, since it was I think it was just a minion this time around. So usually it's mount then minion, mount then minion. So I mean, it could be another minion, but still. Next we have the new Frontlines map, the Warcore Tt. It's gonna be it's gonna have Triumph. It's pretty much just gonna be like Ansel Hakar, but instead of clicking on a thing, you stand on nodes. So like, you know, the 50%, if you play Crystalline Conflict, and you know how you have the like the little, when you get the 50% and you gotta charge up the node to move the crystal more, instead of just clicking on a node from Ansel Hagar, you gotta do that, but with multiple nodes. We have a new Gold Saucer update, the Air Force One, the Sedalis. So the extra, you know, Air Force One, I don't think you're gonna be able to choose from this. Is most likely going to be like the Leap of Faith ones, where it's just a random choice of what you get, and most likely they're going to have this one be the only Air Force One you can get, so you're not going to get like the normal easy one. We have the glamour update, so you can glamour anything onto anything. So, you know, everybody, we went over that on the first live one. They didn't really go over that in this one, so there's not much to say. They have the strategy board for the raid, for all the raiders that have been waiting for this. They did go into a bit more in-depth on what you can do with this, so we'll get into that a bit later. We have the command panel. Pretty much, instead of just adding more hotbars, they just added this thing that you can just add 4 pages of 25 just actions. If you want to treat it like a hotbar, go to town. Which really, the why didn't they just give us more hotbars? But that is nice. I mean, it is. There is some like unique features you can do with it apparently. Other small things. Occult Crescent update. There'll be 3 new Phantom jobs. The what is it called in this one? Okay, we got Dancer, Gladiator. Okay, we got Dancer, Gladiator, and Mystic Knight. I think is what it's called. This is what it's called in this game. I know you could use your magic on your sword, and then whatever your fight command is, you just cast that magic for free every time. It was actually a pretty busted job. Okay, we're getting new duty support. Normally they were doing 1 at a time. This one they are doing 2 this time. Desmond Darkhold and Arm Veil. And new UI colors, clear green and clear white, which you can see over me on the right here. So right there, if you like those, you got that option. And also, this is actually a new thing they added with a deep dungeon update. So I guess whoever's doing all these DDoSes got an extra feature in deep dungeon. If you are disconnected while soloing a deep dungeon, or your entire party is disconnected during a group run, you can resume your progress by logging back in within 10 minutes, provided no one has been knocked out. It will count as a wipe if you or a party member are KO'd in the brief time your character remains online after disconnected, or if all remaining party members disconnect while someone is KO'd. So, most likely, it does take a while to actually log off the game, so especially in Deep Dungeon when you have wandering trash, like, there's a good chance that, like, you could be taken out by, like, trying to log back in, so there is that. I mean, this is nice, you know, nothing worse than, you know, doing a floor 90 run and just get DDoSed out, so, you know, just some little mitigation to problems like that, so that's nice. We have a new Cosmic Exploration, Oasis. Okay, so this is patch 7.41, so this is not going to be coming off. So we have 7.41 here. Next we have Phantom Weapons. We are getting Phantom Weapons in 0.1. Normally we get relics in 0.5. This one will be 0.1, as the 0.5 one will be the new variant dungeon, the Merchant's Tale. So 7.45, and the other piece of 4.5 content will be the inconceivably further Hildebrand adventures. So we're gonna have Merchant's Tale, and they're gonna have all the difficulties that are entailed to that. So first up, we have, so what they actually like went a bit deeper into is the Arcadian heavyweight tier. This is the final tier of Final Fantasy XIV's or Dawntrail's 8-man raid series. So they decided to actually go and show off the second fight. Normally it's always the first fight. I don't think there's anything special. I think they just wanted to do this because we got Sexy Beach Boy, but also other Sexy Beach Boy. We're getting a tag match in part 2 or fight 2. So, and these two, you fist bump. Hell yeah! Like we're gonna make out after this match, and then they just fist bump with all their grades, and then they turn into the Sahagin and an Emulcha, maybe? I'm not really sure what animal is it. Possibly... Were they... Not Gigas. Were they ogres? I think they were like a flame monster. Whatever's in Mordona. I think these are in like the crystal area. I think. I might be wrong. But we got Flame Guy and we got Water Guy. So they do show some of his attacks. We got fire attacks here. We got explosions. I mean, obviously in the live order, this is, you know, actual video. So I just got, oh yeah. I'm an asshole. All of these screenshots and live translations of whatnot are from the Final Fantasy XIV Discord group. So I got all those from there. So if you want to go give them some love, that is always great. But yeah, here we have Water Guy doing water attacks. And here is the raid gear that we're going to get. I don't know about this. The armor set though, mainly because we've just been getting nothing but these kind of futuristic sets, and they all just kind of look a bit samey after like the 7th one. I mean, it looks nice. It definitely looks nice. You know, if you like futuristic stuff and you're a fan of the Steelers, you know, you are gonna love this set. Here we go. We have. This is for melee? Yeah, oh yeah, because that was tank. Wait. Yes. Paladin, yeah, because he's got a shield. Wait. Does his sword have a fucking scope on it? That's funny. Because this is... He has a shield. So this is the Paladin, but this clearly looks like a gunblade. I mean, he has a fucking scope on it. And it looks more like a gunblade anyways, and it looks like a sword or like a gun handle there. That's odd. Okay, we have the Dragoon. They're gonna have like a light blue looking outfit. That actually looks pretty nice. The melee get very purple, dark purple. I love that sword. That looks really nice. Machinist with a sickly lime green, which I don't really care for. We have this orange, purple, white-ish looking thing with Viper, though I do like these swords. They do look cool. I would assume the ninja daggers are going to be something similar to this, but just one-bladed daggers. And we have the healers with the Sage, and we have the Black Mage with the weird looking, like Yar's Revenge looking staff here. Okay, and one thing I think this is gonna be for the last fight. They have a song created by award-winning artist will be featured in the Arcadian heavyweight tier, and that will be from Tom Murillo of Rage Against the Machine, Audioslave, and Prophets of Rage, and and Caleb Shomo of Beartooth. I'm gonna be honest, never heard of Beartooth, but I mean, if you've never heard of Rage Against the Machine, sorry you didn't live in the 90s. Yeah. He did have a whole like video of him talking about like making the song and like it's an honor to have this song in the game and all that stuff. So it was like a cute little nice video. Soken, very happy with this collab. So he has that. Big fan of Rage Against the Machine. So that's why he wanted this collab to happen. The song sounds really cool. If it is going to be for the final fight or like the last phase or something, gonna be a banger. Gonna fit in perfectly. Song's called Everything Burns. releasing Wednesday, December 17th, the day after the patch, most likely on... I don't know if there's going to be just like a single or they're just going to put it on like YouTube. There is a link. They might be selling. I think this might be a vinyl? Or no, I know they had vinyls, but that's later on. Because they have like an orchestration thing of vinyls, which I think I have. Okay, either way, we have PvP updates. We have the new PvP map. Okay, so Series 10 begins, and PvP action adjustments will be happening. So also, if you have not finished your PvP series for patch 7.3, do it now. You only have about a week left, so get that done. New items available in exchange for Commendation Crystal, Wolf and Eagle Gear series. So this is going to be for the Series 1 and Series 2 of the original, like, get top 100 for the Feast, which was originally what we used to have instead of Crystalline Conflict. This will have a slightly different color palette, and the dye channels will be different on them, so it'll be somewhat different from the original gear, so you're not getting an exact replica of the older sets. And the new map is Record Chirtet? I'm not gonna attempt to pronounce it. Let's not tell me I know that. Frontlines map, which is going to be this map's still going to be a 1 versus 1 versus 1 team of 72 players split into 3 teams, so that's not changing. A new mode where you go, where those who go on the offense will reap rewards. Cut down the competition as you claim triumphs across the arena. Triumphs cannot be retaken by other teams and do not need defending. Press the attack. The whims of the weather sweep across the battlefield. Will you seize the opportunity for victory? Yeah, so it's very similar to Ansal Hakar. So once you grab a node, it's yours. To increase the team's tactical rating, beat enemies, or claim strategic locations, triumph that appear around the maps. Yeah, so you have to stand on each of these circles. So instead of just like clicking on the node and then just holding it for, 10 seconds or however much, stand inside a circle to raise your team's flag. Once all circles have a flag planted within them, the triumph is claimed. You also have to claim each circle. So like if one team's fighting for this one and one team's fighting for both of these, you have to take that one or neither team is going to take it. So, yes, remain within a nearby circle for a short while you raise your flag. The time required to raise the flag remains constant regardless of how many people are in the circle. So unlike Crystalline Conflict, where a lot of people don't seem to know this one, is that if more people at like the 50% point are standing in the circle, it charges up faster. This mode, that doesn't happen. So you have this split up and claim the triumph in one fell swoop. Okay. Though split up in this general area. For the love of Christ, don't split up in a frontlines match. Like try to take on 2 different ones at the same time. But also to take a node, it is going to need more people, since you're going to need each of this. And most likely being able to take a whole thing with one person, unless it's like deep in your own territory and nobody's, around it. It's going to take a while, so no need to stay and defend. Once a triumph is secure, move on to the next and press the attack. Okay. So yeah, he's showing here that okay, I'm going to remove myself again. He's standing here and this is charging up. It's charged up kind of slow, like sort of similar to how long it takes to like cap a point on Solhakar. So It's not too bad. I don't like that this is kind of very similar map design of On Solkar. Like, though I don't know if a node can spawn here, though. That's the main thing. That was always the most annoying in On Solkar, of having the middle node just not being able to be capped for so long, and it just drags the map on. We do have weather changes. We have snow, which also can happen, which have these little barriers you can go into, which gives you I think it gives a defensive boost. Also has the snowmen, which can break line of sight, which I think it can break the line of sight. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it said. And then you can go in here, get a defensive boost from these, which will be scattered all throughout. You know, I think they're going to be nearby points as well. So it's, instead of just being off in the middle of nowhere, you're not going to get a defensive boost way over here. You're going to, you know, it's going to be around here, going to be, you know, here and here. You also have the Aurora weather effect, which they want to use these effects as like a comeback mechanic. And this, everybody gets a limit break charge. So one thing to know is he has very little limit break here. And he's going from here to here. And he's going on foot. And he gets there. And his limit break bar is pretty much full by the time he travels from here to here on foot. So that's how fast it's going to be. So I would assume you might get more of a charge depending on if you're like in first, second, or third, or depending on how behind you are. I don't know if that's going to be an effect in this mode, because they said they wanted this to be like a comeback mechanic. They wanted to be, you know, just swing the tides and not just have like, oh, we're going to win. Like, no, we're taking this. So I don't know exactly how exactly this mechanic's going to work. But also, if there are also other weather effects, it might just be these two. But there is just that. Yeah, you have the weather change, snow. Priestess snow spirits will appear. They can create frosty obstacles and bless you with a powerful barrier. Also, if you've seen the their Twitter post, this is the mount. If you've seen the snowman mount they've had for a few years back, it's going to be just a recolor of this, but it's this model. So you literally ride in this, holding the head over your head, and when you stop, you just look like this. So that's the mount, or will most likely be. They showed this off as a mount, and here it is in the PvP mode, and it's going to have a, you know, win 100 matches achievement, so it's pretty safe to assume this is the mount for this game mode. Next, we have Auroras. Physical energies fill the arena, increasing the charge rate of limit gauges. Higher ranking triumphs are more likely to appear, so it's the perfect time for a dramatic reversal, or, you know, the team that's in the lead just keeps taking them, because one thing to note with front lines is just node positioning is randomized. And if you just get the luck that the team in the lead gets all the big powerful nodes, well, so much of a reversal for that, you know. Okay. We have the glamour update. Use any gear in your glamour, irrespective of the class, job, or level restrictions. The impact on animations, weapons, and tools can only be equipped by the corresponding class. So yes, you cannot be a paladin with a paintbrush. You can't be... You can't play as a white mage with a dark knight sword, but you can be a dark knight with white mage armor. You can be You can be a dragoon with the fishing gear. You cannot be a dragoon with a fishing rod, you know, that kind of stuff. Outfit glamour update. I think this is new from patch, or from Live Letter 1. So I don't think they talked about this before. Certain class job exclusive gear, starting gear, and fashion gear other than level 1 will now be treated as outfit glamours. Individual items that are part of a outfit glamour can now be converted into outfit glamour without requiring the complete set. So if you just have 1 or 2 item slots, you can, so here, before you had to have all 5, and you can condense all 5 of those in your glamour dresser into just 1 item, and then you can just place it into there. Now you can just have, like here, you can just have the coat. Well, he doesn't have the coat, but he just has the helmet. And you can have, well, what do you get next? I think you get the boots next. I'm trying to think. This is the field commander set. This is the Borderland Ruins. I cannot think of the map that, the one with the Allegan nodes you gotta capture. But that one, which I can't for the life of me remember. But yeah, you have the helmet, so you can just put the helmet as an outfit. So to store it, so if you have just the gloves as well, so you have the helmet and the gloves, you can just count it as 1 item. Of course, if you have all 5 items in the slot, that just still counts as 1 item. So that's how the outfits work. And again, you don't need the whole set now to create an outfit. This is the new crafted set. Yeah. Enjoy going into the championship rounds with the very heart-centric items here. Because all of these are very cutesy, princessy things. You have the love fist. Which has spikes to it, you know, that's nice. You have the heart chakrams. You have the love blades. I like how they made her hair blue, but yet the outfit is not. Or hair pink. And yet the outfit's kind of like purplish. Yes, very pink, very cutesy, pinkish princesses. Yeah, this is the crafted gear, so enjoy rolling up in Savage in this. So have fun. So next, we have the new variant dungeon, the Merchant's Tale. Again, this will be for patch 7.45. So we are going to have to wait a bit further for this. So for this one, you have the variant dungeons, which will work the same way that they've had all the other variant dungeons. Instead of having variant or Criterion dungeon and then having Criterion Savage, we're going to have a variant dungeon advanced. So this one will be the same dungeon, but, or at least a modified dungeon, where there's no trash. You just fight harder versions of all the bosses, and you can pick which one you want to go to. I think they... Okay, actually, it's many pictures down then. You can just like go up and fight boss 1, and then like go to the left and fight boss 2. Or if you just want to peace out, you can just leave at any time. But if you do fight all 3, you do get additional rewards. And you have a Criterion Dungeons, which is pretty much the Savage version of the variant dungeon. It is, you do go in order. I think there might be trash in these, because I think there might be some trash puzzles and things you gotta deal with. This mode, you also cannot freely revive. You only get 1 revive. I think you get 1 revive per person after you fight a boss. So here's that. So we have quick overview. You have explore a dungeon with branching paths and bosses that change according to your actions. You can do the solo or up to 4 players. you can level with this. So you can go in as level 90 plus up to 100. And you can have whichever party you want. Or variant dungeon advance. Fight stronger versions of the 3 bosses in any order. Obtain rewards from each boss. So you do need at least 2 players for this. It's 2 to 4 players. Difficulties adjust accordingly. You must be max level at a level 100. You can also come in at whatever party you want. Lastly, we have Criterion Dungeon. Fight even stronger versions of all 3 bosses in a set order. High difficulty content. It is 4-player only. At level 100, you do need 1 tank, 1 healer, and 2 DPS. Or any formation in a preformed party. I guess you can queue for this normally? But at least for like the NA players, I don't see many people coming into this without a preformed party. But I know JP's a bit more organized, because usually they're like learn from the party finder and then queue in normally when you're actually ready to go. So there's that. So we have screenshots here of the dungeon. You have a very like market area, the Merchant's Tale. You have more of market. It's a very like we're inside a book. They showed different screenshots from like the cutscene before here. We're inside a storybook. So here we have I'm pretty sure this is the like starting thing. Instead of just standing on a little circle, we actually pick which one we want. So we just pick here. I'm guessing this is for like which one the NPC wants to go to, but I don't read Japanese, so I don't know what it's saying. So also it did seem like there looks like there was a little quest that you can do. So this might depend on like your actions can also like change the dungeons. And since it doesn't look like there's any mobs here, we're just doing a help people move boxes part of the dungeon. So that will modify the first boss. Usually before the first boss, it just modifies like a mechanic or two. But then after the first boss, what you do actually does change the ending that you get. And there's 12 different ones. So there is that. So yeah, we have the little quest turn in. And I guess we get like different parts of the storybook after doing that. Because now we're in like an ocean. We're by the ocean. Lots of deep coral. And we're fighting crabs. Now we're like really like, I guess we're in a cave here. And we're fighting monsters, fighting genies. Now we're in canyon area. We're more like deeper into the canyon, and we're fighting one of the final bosses here. And we got big Valgar Mando like avalanche mechanics. And yeah, they just showed a bit of them just fighting that boss. We have Merchant's Tale Advanced. So here's, I don't know if this is a boss room or the starting area, but this is kind of how it is. You just go in, just go to each boss room and just fight the boss. Here, yeah, I guess, yeah, you would just go to each branching area, go to which boss you want to go to, and then you can just pick whichever order, fight each boss. So with the variant dungeons, you do get 2 extra duty actions. You get variant cures, which is a sizable cure for the tank and the DPS. Healers can't get them. So pretty much if it's something that your class can get, you can't take it. So healers can't get cure, tanks can't, or provokes all nearby enemies. Oh, tanks can get the tank action. Okay, but tanks can't get Rampart. Okay. So you get Ultimatum, which is like, I think AoE provoke. Variant Raise, which lets you revive allies. Pretty much good for non-healers. You have Spear Dart, damages nearby enemies, which can be picked up by anybody but the DPS. We have Variant Rampart, which gives a very strong, like, defensive boost, and then it like slowly ticks down to do like 30%, but I think it starts off at like 80%, something huge. Great to like block tank busters if you're not a tank. And then we have a new variant action, variant Eagle Eye Shot. Deals high damage to any one enemy, and all the classes can take this. So if you're in a group with healers and you're not a healer, I definitely want to take this one. It's usually if I play solo, I'll take Cure and Rampart, because you need Cure to like live, and Rampart because tank busters hurt, and that really helps mitigate them. We get Variant Raise 2, which revives only one ally. Revives one ally. Will only be available in Criterion dungeons. Each player will only be able to use this action once per boss encounter. So you get 4 raises. Make sure not to double up on the raise. And you'll get I think you'll get a refresh. I don't know if it refreshes after or before, or like once you start the fight it refreshes them, or you get the refresh after the fight. So it went into the command panel next. So a new UI element inspired by player feedback. Anything that can be added to a hotbar may be allocated to the command panel, comprised of 4 separate tabs with 25 slots each. A convenient locations for functions you only want to display when necessary. The emotes, gear sets, back rows are great for saving space on your hotbar and HUD. So to find the command panel, it is under the action list, under extra, and this. So there's that. If you want to know where it is, that's where it's at. So here you can have all different options. You got a little option menu here. You can change the like transparency of how it looks. You can also have extra hotbar buttons, so you can just press any of these buttons and it will just instantly open that specific page. So if you just want hotbar 1, boom, it just takes you to hotbar 1. If you have like minions, you can just go straight to 4. You know, if you just want that. So you have that. It's just showing you can put battle abilities in your hotbar. You can put, okay, yeah, it's extra hotbars in the command panel. That's it. Next, they went into the strategy board. So we have, I'm not much of a raider. I'll at least be honest. I'm probably not going to be using this too much, but a new feature allowing you to display a strategy diagram throughout a duty. Players can share and display the same strategy board within the party. Oop, nope, let's not do that. Okay. You can make one from scratch, make from a preset, receive from a party member, or receive via a share code. So you can share these with all the members of your party. So like, hey, we got a duty finder, we're doing this strategy, this is how it works, you know, and you can share them up with everybody. You can save up to 50 strategies, create folders, each containing up to 10 strategies. So apparently you can save up to 50, but apparently there's like 20 temporary strategies you can also get for like transferring and saving and whatnot. So if you want to save for later, you can have that. So there is that. You can have for 50 different fights, 50 different strategies. For all, you know, it's definitely good for NA, so, because we're going to have like 5 different strategies for, you know, Savage. So we have folders, you can make within here. So you have one folder that you can have for, you know, the NA strategies. You got, here's this one, here's this one. Here's a second strategy for the same one fight. But either way, you can put the monster, you can have the field here. You have AoE is going to surround all the people. And then you can have all different like settings. You can put all the markers here. You also have 2 different varying like icons per like role. Like you have DPS here, you have the like melee DPS here, you have ranged, or I guess magical DPS there. And then you can change the settings here with having different like presets. So you can go from like page to page. Yeah, so here we got, okay, yeah, so here's, yes, you got melee, I don't know what the, oh yeah, I guess arrow, magic, arrow. Or yeah, you got arrow, magic, and then the magic arrow. There's just the fist. You have other healer icons. You have all the individual icons here. You have like all different other icons you can put on the board. You have, yeah, here's all the different like AoE markers and all that. You can modify it so it only shows a quarter. You can have it stretch it out so it's a nice big round circle. You can also add text to put text on the screen, so it's like, hey, don't die to this. You know, I don't know, whatever you're gonna put. You got like line AoEs, you got X's, you got all sorts of icons you can put here. So all sorts of things. Here's just you know, just ideas that you can do with this. You got stack markers here, you got big old line AoE here, all sorts of stuff here. We have, you can also, I think they also like did some shenanigans to like make the map look like this. I think they just use like line AoEs to like make the map look like this. I don't know if there's any preset to have a map like this, but you have stuff like this. So here's just some ideas. You can toggle between 2 sets of icons to represent DPS roles without editing the strategy board itself. You got D1, D2, D3, and D4, commonly used in Japan. M1, M2, R1, R2, commonly used NA and EU. Okay. Oh, okay, I get it. So magic 1 and 2. Magic 1 and 2 ranged. I'm guessing ranged physical 1 and 2. Or they're just like, fuck it. There's 4 damage dealers. Everybody gets D1. D1 through 4. Okay. So they just covered both bases. Okay, you can screen share your strategy boards while editing them. So this can also be done live. So someone's screen sharing, everybody can see the screen, and you can also like see them editing the screen while they're doing it. So you see this, other person sees this, and they move all this stuff down. Everybody else sees this stuff get moved down. So there's that. Strategy boards can be sent to all party members at the touch of a button. The sender sends it out. Everybody gets a notification. Then you pop it up, and boom, you got the strategy board. You can share individual strategy boards or entire folders with your party. Up to 20 strategy boards from other players can be stored temporarily. Be sure to save any that you want to keep. I don't know what temporary, like how temporary that is. Like, is it a time limit, or is it just like, oh, once you log out, it's gone? Or if it does the like, it saves it, but until like kind of works like the wish list, where once they do any patches, anything that has the like launcher update, then it gets deleted. I don't know like what the temporary part is to that. So you can share codes allow you to send and receive strategy boards outside of the game itself, for example on social media or other websites. So share codes can be created for individual strategies. The 50 strategy boards can be saved at a time, including those that you've created yourself. But if you keep a record of your share codes, you can re-import a strategy board as many times as you like after deleting the original. Yeah, so you just save the code and then just put it in a Word document, put it on your computer, Google Doc or whatever. And then you can just get rid of it, re-upload with the code. So there's that. So that is it for all the updates. Now we have for Fan Festival 2026 in Berlin. This is going to be the second fan festival. So they have the website and ticket details. When and where in Berlin, Germany. Messe Berlin. I hope Messe Berlin. At Hub 27 for June 25th and June 26th, 2026. Player exclusive ticket applications starting Friday, February 6th. So we also have a Mog Station collab. These are all going to be Mog Station items for Fantasia Neo Dimension. So you have Leo, Kina, and Cheryl outfit. Actually, I want to play this game, but I never got around to it. This used to be a Apple Arcade exclusive game by Hironobu Sakaguchi, and I think like a lot of the Final Fantasy VI people. But yeah, finally did get a off iOS release with the Neo Dimension expansion. It's on Steam. It's on, I think, most major consoles. But this will be released on the day of the patch on December 16th. So if you like these, you also come in with exclusive hairstyles as well. Yeah. Entire sets inspired by Leo, Kina, and Cheryl outfits will be available on the online store, along with their respective hairstyles and emotes. Yeah, so it looks like they're getting emotes as well. So depending on how expensive those outfits are going to be, that depends. Now accepting pre-orders for the Final Fantasy Tactics RPG for the Stormblood, or for the like online for tabletop RPG. I don't know why. NA will get this August of next year, and EU will get it September of next year. Release timing is subject to change. Please refer to the store product page for any updates. So this is going to be the deluxe edition. Images from the Japanese version. Okay, so oops. So you want to pre-order that. That is available if you wish. Don't know how expensive it is. It's Square Enix, so expensive. For Japan, they were going to be having a first permanent Final Fantasy 14 merchandise store opens Friday, December 19th in Akihabara. Wait. Akihabara. Sorry. Like, I think I mispronounced that in Japan. Our first permanent Final Fantasy 14 merchandise store is opening in Akihabara. Japan special commemorative. I'm stumbling all over that word. I know I know how to read, but god damn it. Okay, whatever. Items will be available in grand opening. Spend 3,000 yen, tax included, or more on merchandise and receive a special postcard with a gift. Available while supplies last. Okay, we got some jackets. We got some plushies. Fragrance? Are these the fragrances? I know there's little fragrances. They have little standees. Little not Nendoroid figurines. Oh, it's like little pictures. I think that's what these are. I think they're just little pictures. Here's little frames here. Okay. And it's commemorative. Yay, I can pronounce words and not trip over them all the goddamn time. Okay, here we have the fragrances. It's straight up, you want to smell like Emmett Silk. you just get it on here. You have Ithildeus and Venat scents. Indulge in exquisite character-inspired fragrances now available for order exclusively on Moody Mark by XIV online gift website. Accepting orders until Sunday, December 21st for Japan. So because it's fragrance stuff, I don't think they're gonna ship outside of Japan. So sorry, rest of the world. And here we have the latest gaming neck speaker model, now available for pre-order for Japan. Latest evolution of Panasonic wearable speakers, co-developed with the Final Fantasy XIV sound team. The new SG-GNW 10SFF improves upon the previous, I'm not pronouncing that again, model, and comes with a special collaboration design. So it's got all the job icons and whatnot, and a little speaker, and a little like HUD thing has the meteor mark. The Japan release scheduled for Friday, December 12th. So there's Foxconn wearing a thing, and we have a few days. You have a few days. I was like, wait, what time is it? Or what day is it? So until Sunday, December 7th. Oh yeah, so you have Monday. Until Monday morning. Wait, oh, is it Sunday? Well, by the time I put this video out, it'll probably be too late. Well, if there's still enough time, all the collector's editions are half off. I made a video about this already, so if you didn't watch that one, that's on you. You should be liking, commenting, and subscribing on this video so you get timely updates from me. And now, last is the Final Fantasy 14 or 7.4 patch note reading by the dev team, but it's all going to be in Japanese anyways. Please note all of this audio will be available in Japanese only. I will have a patch note reading on Tuesday, most likely. Yeah, I'll have one. I'll have one. Because this is a main patch. I usually don't do like patch note readings for like the small ones. But I'll do like try to do a quick thing here. And also, since people are like, where's Ultimate? Where's all the... We know that Ultimate is coming out in the next patch. But one thing that kind of shocked a lot of people, now hiring game content testers in Japan, temporary employees. Period of 3 months starting in mid-January 2026. A second round of recruiting to follow at a later date. Job requirements: experience with clearing Ultimate content, students accepted. So they're looking for game testers for Ultimate content and other high-end duty content. So if you are watching this for whatever reason, living in Japan, and didn't watch the actual live letter and somehow found this video and would like a temporary job at Square Enix, here you go. And that is the last bit of the live letter. So with this, they really didn't have too much new stuff, really. Again, the part 2s aren't really new content. They just finally showed off the strategy board, which a lot of raid. Like if they didn't have the strategy board in this patch with the final raid tier, it had just been a failure before it even launches. But they did wait, mainly because they knew there was other like third-party stuff that people were using, and it's like, if it's not better than that, then why even bother wasting our time? Which is why they like took longer than they wanted to. Like they had something working, but like they knew this had to be great from the get-go. So it's finally here. So again, when the patch launches, we're gonna get just the raids, just the 8-man raids, just the MSQ, and I Yeah, so we're getting MSQ, Dungeon, and the Trial fights. A few weeks later, we're gonna get Savage. Usually around like a month or so. So like maybe a few weeks after Savage, we'll get patch 4.1, which will be the new gathering area, which will have the gathering relics in turn. And also we're gonna get the Phantom job, or Eureka, or not Eureka, but Occult Crescent area. We're only getting 3 new jobs. They are gonna be adding new accessories that will have some kind of like extra power up to obtain, but there is going to be no new fights, no adjustments to a Fork Tower or anything. I mean, there might be some like nerfs and whatnot, possibly, but most likely not. And then in patch 7.45, we will be getting the Merchant's Tale variant dungeon and the Criterion from there. But with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a comment. Talk about it. Talk about this video. Share it on Reddit so they can be mad at me. Share it in your Discord server. But please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. I've been Tsukuba Winters. I thank you for watching this very lengthy video. I thought that I was going to be able to like, oh, if I just kind of hurry it up, I could have this under like an hour. Nope. I mean, technically it's under an hour. I got to shut up and wrap this up, but I don't think I'm going to ramble on for 3 more minutes. But either way, I've been Tsukuba Winters. I thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you all on the next video. I will be doing a patch note reading, so if you want to watch that and have somebody do that for you on Tuesday, again, subscribe so you can get that when I get it done. I should be not at work on Tuesday, so I'll be able to get that out soon. But again, until then, bye.